President and UN Representative for Women's International Foundation, and serves on the Board of Directors of US Women Connect, which are two of the sponsoring organizations for today's event. Kimberly brings a unique perspective to her work at the UN-CSW, which reflects 25 years as a leader in the field of multi-sector partnerships, working with city governments, NGOs, media companies, the United Nations, and numerous global brands such as American Express, Coca-Cola, and the World Trade Center Association. Kimberly is an internationally recognized social entrepreneur and strategy consultant in fields such as cause marketing and media, economic development and peace building, and the empowerment of women and girls. In her spare time, Kimberly is also the president of the Peace Company, which is an innovative social enterprise that helps educate women and girls worldwide, and CEO of Visionary Joint Ventures, a partnership development company. She's also co-author of The Power Team and part of the best-selling series, Wake Up and Live the Life You Love. But with all this, what I want you to know most about Kimberly is that she has a very big heart, and she's dedicated to making a difference in the lives of others, starting with women and girls. She donates much of her time as a board member to multiple organizations and is an honored recipient of the Eleanor Roosevelt Global Humanitarian Award. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Kimberly King.
Good morning, and I'd like to also acknowledge that that was Ms. Shannon Walker. She's a new member of the team for Women's International Foundation. Thank you so much, Shannon. And Diane Harrison from US Women Connect, and Wen, the chairman of the board of UN-CSW. So we'll be hearing from them later. Well, hello everyone. I am Kimberly King, and as Shannon mentioned, I am Senior VP and UN Representative for Women's International Foundation and a member of the board of US Women Connect, and they're two of your hosts today. I want to acknowledge that there's friends both from the CSW and from the outside world that are here. Some of you, this is your first time at the UN, so I want to welcome you to a really special gathering of women for the United Nations Commission on the Status of Women. I really hope that you'll get even more involved, because this is a very special time when women really from around the world do come together for something greater than ourselves. So welcome to that. I'm going to put my glasses on, which goes against my vantage, but that's okay. A little bit about today's session, first of all. As we mentioned, the name of today's session is Women, Power, and Peace, Leadership in a New World. And I got a lot of interesting feedback as people learned about this, from different perspectives on what they thought Women in Power was about to what they thought leadership was about. And all it did was remind me that this is a very big topic, and we have no ability or intention today to think that we can encompass all that this gigantic conversation is about. But I think we can make some key points to think about together, and I hope that we will. I also want to acknowledge that even though I was thrilled to be able to have this space, this is a very special space at the UN. That even though the United Nations is convened around an idea of nation states coming together in a common bond, I think the chapel spaces at the UN take it one step further, because this is like a uniting of our hearts. So this is the right place for this conversation about coexisting from our faith and our personhood and our belief. And if that is not the heart of what we're here to talk about, then we're in the wrong conversation. So I hope that that is really the purpose. The second thing I just want to acknowledge is that while this is a very functional structure, it doesn't exactly fit the truth of our dialogue today, which is Leadership in a New World says there isn't an elite few who know the answers and the rest are followers. That is not true. I know many of you personally, and I bow to your leadership day in and day out. I know for sure that there is a leader in every chair. We are honored to be able to bring a few starting conversations to you today, but please know that the construct is just that. It is not the intention. So thank you for being part of an exchange today. That is the truth. We have 4 very esteemed panelists that I'm going to introduce in just a second, and 4 very special women. And each of them are going to share between 10 and 15 minutes and share a piece of a much larger puzzle about ideas around women, power, peace, and leadership. We are going to save the questions to the end, and I hope you'll bring those questions and your wisdom, brief but powerfully, no pun intended. And I especially hope that we will hear from some international women, because I also acknowledge that this panel is a mostly U.S. perspective. That isn't because the rest of the regional perspective and your perspective doesn't matter. It just means that's where we began on the road. So please share. The rest of the room wants to hear from you at the end as well. And finally, I think I would like to just sort of give us an even larger maybe theme and idea to hold the intention and the possibility of this important conversation today. I'm going to share a quote with you that many of you have heard, and some this will be new, but it's a quote by a poet and philosopher, a British poet and philosopher from the 1800s named Matthew Arnold. And so it might be a little unusual that I'm going to put a powerful idea out there that was articulated by a man. But in this case, I think we should listen to him. I think he knew something. And he gave us a really significant challenge and reminder. And here is what he said. If ever the world sees a time where women shall come together, purely and simply for the benefit of humankind, it will be a power such as the world has never known. That's so good, I'm going to say it again. Now this is when I wish we had the PowerPoint, because I think we need to see these words, but perhaps we can do the next, maybe the better thing, and see them in our heart. If ever the world sees a time where women shall come together, purely and simply for the benefit of humankind, it will be a power such as the world has never known. May that be our purpose today, to hold the question even more deeply. What is the nature of this role, responsibility, and power that women hold? We know we hold it with men, and I see a couple of you in the room, so please know that this is very much a day in the spirit of partnership. That I don't want to stand alone, I want to stand in a circle of equal dignity and partnership. And I have that in other areas of my life. I want them in all areas of my life and world. But as we hold this, this is our time to seek to understand the nature of the unique role of women. What is standing in our way as women? Because I can tell you that it is not them. It is us. It is us that must lead the way from within and without. Thank you.